This was not one of my first questions, but I have to ask, what's with the doll?
What do you mean, what's with her?
What's her backstory? What's her name? Can you introduce her to people who don't know who she is?
She's really just here. She's not supposed to be here. I just happen to have her. Like if the Uber takes off with all of my stuff, he's gotta not take off with this doll.
You mentioned that Anna Wintour is about finding yourself and finding God. Can you describe the moment you realized you found God?
I have that moment so many times, and every time I have the moment, it's bigger than the last time I had the moment. So it's kind of not something that I can really, or that I want to really define. I think if I make a definitive statement about it, then I'll stop finding it. You know, I'll kind of cut myself off from it.
What is it about Anna Wintour, the person, that made you want to make a song that has her name in the title?
The reason I wanted to call this song Anna Wintour was actually because the beat was a remix of my song Ice Princess from Brooklyn Expensive Taste. So he took that part from Ice Princess and put this beat under it, and before I added my song to the beat, it was really just like a bunch of vamping. Anna Wintour, let me finish, Anna Wintour. It really informed my song. And since the whole tone of this song, Ice Princess, was about being like, you know, just this cold, frigid person who doesn't need anyone's help, I kind of wanted to take this one and make it like almost as if it mimics the end of the Ice Princess video, because all of that rainbow shit that I'm like killing in the Ice Princess video is love. I know I look like a fucking weirdo with glitter on my face. I'm like, oh, but all of this, the rainbow stuff I was killing in the Ice Princess video was supposed to be love entering my frozen kingdom, and I think it just kind of naturally wrote itself. Like, you know, like the pieces were just there. Anna Wintour, Ice Princess, cold-hearted girl, she finally finds love, boom, 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 here we are.
Do you actually feel like you're Anna Wintour, or is that just a character or a persona?
Of course I'm Anna Wintour. Of course I'm singing from my heart in that song.
And then I was reading that you were envisioning that Mel B from the Spice Girls, or even somebody like Nicki Minaj, like you were envisioning them for the song. Mm-hmm. What was it about those two that you could see them on the song?
Just what I heard, you know. It wasn't like an obvious, oh, okay, I'm gonna put Nicki Minaj on a track and like blow up sort of thing. It was kind of just like, I can hear these two people here. The Mel B thing came about because when I was writing the part, I actually had a friend of mine at home, and I was bouncing the ideas off of him, and I was just, you know, screaming the part at him. And he goes, ooh, that sounds like Scary Spice. You should get Scary Spice on there. And that's where the idea came from, but, you know.
I couldn't tell if this was a joke or not, but did Anna really call to say she loved the song?
Oh no, of course not. I don't think she would, even if she did like the song.
You make sure to mention how Stacey Aurico influenced Anna Wintour. What is it about her debut album that you fell in love with?
I like those super carefully crafted Christian pop songs that kind of like skirt the lines of a love song and like a gospel song.
Speaking of genre, you make sure to classify Anna Wintour as a dance pop, hip hop song, and it sounds very house influenced. Do you ever feel more accepted in that dance world, pop world, rather than hip hop?
I'm not sure, because it changes every time, you know? The rules of these unwritten rules of hip hop change every week.
Did you look to anybody from the past, be like, this is how I'm gonna attack this beat?
Shaka. I think a lot of the music my mom played when I was a kid kind of influenced me subconsciously as a child, and then once I became an artist, it all just kind of like started to, like, I remember that. I remember how to do that. I've heard that on repeat a million times. I definitely thank my mother for always having a lot of different kinds of music around me.
On Instagram, you said Anna Wintour is going to be the gay wedding anthem of summer 2018. I can just imagine everyone walking down the aisle to this joint. When you were creating the song, did you have it in your mind that you wanted to appeal to your LGBTQ fan base?
It just kind of turned out to be that after the song was done.
You classify your music as Seapunk, and obviously the mermaid is a running motif throughout your music. What is Seapunk for people who don't know?
To me, it's like a time capsule. It's like a theme and like a time and a place that kind of just moves along with the people who were kind of like the pioneers of it. Like, so all these Tumblr kids and all these whatever, they'll like argue. They'll be like, Azealia Banks didn't invent Seapunk, she didn't invent Seapunk. And, you know, while I may not have invented it, I definitely like am kind of the face of Seapunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fantasy, Azealia Banks, that was a time. You know what I mean? Like, I jumped onto all that Tumblr aesthetic and was like, I really connected to it, and it became like a part of me. And I think that there are all these kind of like like internet time capsule things that kind of translate into real life. Like nowadays, they're like doing this vaporwave thing. Like, I sound so old, right? Don't I sound like such an old bitch? Like, vaporwave. But yeah, nowadays the kids are doing like these vaporwave things, and there are all these different kinds of internet aesthetics. But Seapunk is special. I think it's the least pretentious. I think all these like vaporwave kids and like cyberwave whatever dorks, they're just like, they're too pretentious. I think Seapunk was just like, it is just free and, you know, fun, and it's natural. It's more natural.
Was there anything else you would like to tell fans about the song or about what you have coming next?
Well, yeah, next up we're gonna have a music video going, and it's gonna be really cute. And yeah, that's it. I think I'm just gonna do a video and then drop the album. It's gonna be a repack of the first Fantasy mixtape, remastered. Some of the songs will be re-recorded, and then there'll be Fantasy 2 on there. So it'll be maybe like a total of like 40 something tracks. So it's gonna be jam-packed. Double disc, summer. I think I'll just do Anna and drop the rest of the project.